The Porsche story is a fascinating one, and its roots go back to the 1930s when Professor Ferdinand Porsche was instrumental in the design of the first Volkswagen and also Auto Union race cars. By 1939, he had built 3 Porsche cars to compete in the 800-mile race from Berlin to Rome. Unfortunately, the race was cancelled due to the war, and Porsche was forced to focus on supporting the German war effort. However, he had always wanted to build his own cars. In 1944, Porsche was forced to leave Stuttgart, and he set up a small operation in Gmünd, Austria. Soon after, the Porsche family and many of their engineers were captured and sent to jail. Ferdinand Porsche's son, Ferdinand Jr., or Ferry as he was known, was released 6 months later, and he returned to Gmünd to rebuild the family company. Things moved quickly, and Porsche was involved with cars again, and in mid-1948, the first Porsche 356 was built. It is understood Porsche built some 50 hand-built aluminium-bodied cars in their small factory at Gmünd before relocating back to Stuttgart, Germany. The rest, as they say, is history, as the 356 evolved into one of the most successful sports cars ever built. A hard act to follow indeed, but its replacement, the Porsche 911, went on to become a legend. Ferry Porsche decided that he would be able to increase sales of his cars by winning races on the track. This was a big decision, and arguably one of the most strategic and important decisions in Porsche's rich history. In 1951, Porsche entered 2 modified 356s in the Le Mans 24 Hours. This would be the 3rd running of the French endurance race since the end of the Second World War. Interestingly, Porsche was the first German motor manufacturer to enter the race after the war. The Porsche 356 SL, as it was designated, was specifically adapted to the needs of motor racing. It had an all-alloy body, the fuel tank capacity was increased, and to speed up refueling, the filler neck protruded through the bonnet. One of the cars was badly damaged in practice, so only 1 car made it to the start line. Driven by the French Porsche importer Auguste Verrier and co-driver Edmond Mouche, this 356 SL ended up winning its class. 1953 saw the birth of a Porsche specifically designed for motor racing, the 550 Spider. It had a lightweight yet rigid steel frame chassis made from steel tubing and a streamlined, stylish body. The engine was located behind the driver, but before the rear axle. The car was officially launched at the 1953 Paris Motor Show to critical acclaim. It then made a very successful race debut, winning the Nürburgring Eifel race in May 1953. The Porsche 550 Spider was raced with great success the world over. However, it wasn't until 1956 that Porsche actually won a major event. A Porsche 550 Spider, which was even lighter and had a more rigid space frame chassis than its predecessor, won the 1956 Sicilian Targa Florio, beating Ferraris and Maseratis. The 550 was both a road car and a track car, and it wasn't uncommon for privateers to drive the Spider to the track, race it, and then drive it home again. These privateers also kept racing the 550 when Porsche moved on and built the 718. The Porsche 550 Spider also became famous for a not-so-good reason. Actor James Dean had only just taken delivery of his 550. When on his way to his first race in it, he was involved in a catastrophic collision and was killed at the young age of 24. In 1957, Porsche released the 718 RSK, which was a further development of the 550A Spider. This car continued Porsche's significant success on the racetrack. In 1958, a Porsche 718 finished first in class and 3rd overall at Le Mans, as well as achieving 2nd at the Targa Florio. In 1959, a Porsche 718, driven by Edgar Barth and Wolfgang Seidel, claimed overall victory at the Targa Florio. A 718 also won the European Hill Climb Championship in both 1958 and 1959. In 1958, Porsche 718s were entered in Formula 2, and they achieved immediate success, winning races in 1958, and continued their winning way in 1959 and 1960. Formula 1 switched to a 5-litre formula in 1961, and Porsche entered 3 718s for Dan Gurney, Hans Hermann, and Joe Bonnier. Gurney scored 3 second places, France, Italy, and United States, taking him to 4th place in the Drivers' Championship. In 1961, a 718-4 RS Spider achieved a class win at Le Mans. Despite its popularity, only 90 Porsche 550 Spiders, and only 35 of the 718 RSK Spiders were ever built. These cars have become hugely collectible and as a result are very difficult to find and very expensive to buy. This has resulted in these Porsches becoming one of the most frequently reproduced classic cars. Over the years, various companies have offered either kits, complete replicas, or recreations to the general public. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more exciting content. Have a good day and see you next time.